There'll be no living with her after this.
Notice what the slave, the anointed class, has to say. They're propagandists here in the writing department of the Watchtower Society. Notice this one, thanks to Laura Sand Eastman. Did you know, for example, that mothers and fathers who stroke the genitals of their fretful babies to keep them quiet are unwittingly encouraging them to become masturbators later on?
Similarities. We prefer to call it mind control because it's not a forced situation. See, during the communist Chinese prison camps, they forced the people to think a certain way. The Watchtower does not force you in the same manner. They put it before you and keep you from other information in such a way that that's the only conclusion you think is possible, is the way they see it.
Informally, witnesses will refer to interested people as my study or my Bible study. A Bible study is only valid if witness publications and methods are used. The Bible is not to be used alone.
Phrase, in quotes, great crowd of other sheep, and see how many times that phrase appears in the Bible. If you've done your search, you'll find that that phrase itself does not appear in the Bible at all. It is actually a composite phrase made up of two scriptures.
The Jehovah's Witnesses have settled 9 lawsuits alleging church policies protected men who abused children for many years. In settling, the church did not acknowledge wrongdoing.
At the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Jehovah's Witnesses, we desire to honor the thousands of pedophiles who have contributed to make us what we are today. A male-dominating, pedophilic, judgmental, self-righteous, flip-flopping, life-destroying, manipulative, lying, money-making organization.
By the Watchtower articles I've been reading, their stance on the blood issue, which led to information on, their understanding of vaccines and how Louis Pasteur was a fake and all this kind of thing. Germs don't cause diseases.
If you go to America's Most Wanted website right now and click on their 15 Most Wanted, you'll see a man by the name of Frederick Rick McLean. Rick McLean is on the list for being a serial child molester, some of his victims being as young as 5 years old. Rick McLean is a piece of shit. Rick McLean committed all of his crimes while actively serving as a ministerial servant in his local congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses. He used his position as a ministerial servant to gain the trust of the parents to make sure they would leave their children alone with him. Several allegations were made against McLean while he was a witness, but none of them had the 2 witnesses required to continue the investigation into said allegations.
Happy were these Christians to have been found watching. So we have established in 1914 these Christians were found watching. But is this the truth? Were they in fact watching for Christ's presence? This should be relatively easy to find out by simply looking at the publications produced by the Watchtower at this time. What do the facts show? let's take a look at the Watchtower from 1914. When was Jesus going to be present? And it reads, that time, as far as we are able to calculate, began in 1874.
Growing up all my life, I've never gone 24 hours in my life without contemplating Armageddon. I visualize it. I've woken up screaming, you guys. The kids today, it's like something that they know what Armageddon is and everything, but they don't really believe in it and they don't really care. And I don't know why. It's just changed. I'm a Generation Xer, and I think you guys that grew up with me, you know what I'm talking about. The 80s, it was scary, man. These kids today aren't scared. If you're a Jehovah's Witness without Armageddon, it's, what are you? That's the whole point of being a Jehovah's Witness.